Hello everybody, it's Chibi, and today I'm going to be doing a Manhwa chapter review on The Breaker, New Waves, chapter 179. Supposedly from what I heard, that the translators were behind and we were going to be getting 2 chapters this week. So I'm glad we got 2 chapters, because I don't have to wait as long for that cliffhanger that happened on, Tuesday. So, this week's chapter of The Breaker. For the most part, I want to get into one thing before I really start diving deep into this chapter. The last chapter review I did, supposedly a bunch of you Chibits pointed out that the bubble that was popping up with a 9-arched dragon, that was talking about another 9-arched dragon, supposedly for what it was the bubble looked very weird, and it actually was one of the characters actually shouting to the 9-arched dragon. So, it really wasn't another 9-arched dragon, like the masked dude wasn't, but it was actually just another person in the background yelling towards the 9-arched dragon. So it was a misleading bubble. That's pretty much what it was. Damn those misleading bubbles. You gotta hate it. I mean, that's actually been happening quite a bit recently. I've been noticing that a lot in actually recent manga chapters of even, Naruto before it ended, and even One Piece and Bleach. I've seen actually some misleading type bubbles, so that's really weird how that is. But anyways, moving past misleading bubbles, let's get into this chapter. So, that Matrix. Holy hell. Am I the only one that thought of the Matrix when you saw Chunwo just dodge those bullets? Oh my god, he's like, shh. Like, I hear some Matrix type music, man. When you just see that fucking panel, when you see the bullet coming at him, and you just see him dodge that shit, I'm like, holy god, that looked badass. Oh my god, that artwork, holy shit, dude, that was, woo! Holy crap, that was epic. I'm just gonna say right now, when you see that Matrix type shit with Chunwo just dodging that, not even looking at the bullet, dude, he's like, just doing that, I'm like, oh my god, imagine how top that would look in, like, an anime form. Oh my god, dude, just imagine what that would look like if it was animated. Seriously, that would just be so fucking badass. It would. But, okay, past the overall Matrix mode of Chunwo, there's a couple of scenes in this that I just couldn't help but get shocked, scared, and then at sometimes I was laughing in this chapter. For one thing I laughed at, I want to get into that first, government glasses. He got wrecked, man. He got fucking wrecked, dude. And then this dude, man, he got fucking wrecked, okay? He's like, oh, my bullets didn't work. Oh my god. And you have Chunwo go over there and just fucking KO. Like, I mean, you would hear the KO sound. All like, he kicks him up to the fucking ceiling and then launches him into the freaking glass and he bounces off. And supposedly from what a couple of comments I saw when I was reading the chapter, some people actually stated like the sound effects when he hit the glass was boing. So if that is true, if the sound effects that was next to his character when he hit the glass and it was boing, holy shit, dude. That dude deserves it so freaking much. He deserves that KO. I don't know necessarily if he should die, but I don't really like his character. I don't, because after what he tried to do this chapter and last chapter, he had that coming. He had that coming. That bitch slap was coming to him, because you don't just go off thinking you could shoot Chunwo and get away with it. Even, Shiho, when he shot Shiho a long time ago. So, this overall aspect of this chapter, that I just like, dude, that's just too funny, man. When he just bounces off the glass and hits the floor, I'm like, you had it coming, dude. You had it coming. How many times is it gonna take until you learn that government agency officers are not always the best answer? For instance, guns are not always the best answer when it comes to martial artists. Like, look, okay, the 9-arched fucking dragon soloed a freaking, like, police force by himself, and you're telling me your little ass gun is going to take down the 9-arched dragon? No, okay, so, moving on past that point. Okay, so there's a couple other parts of this chapter I want to talk about. For one thing, the ending conclusion. Okay, so the ending conclusion of this, Shiwon is just shitting a brick. He's just outright shitting a brick when he saw his teacher give him the evil eye. Like, what are you doing here? I mean, that's exactly what Chunwo said to his disciple. I'm like, holy crap. The face and the look of terror, oh my god, the artwork in that eye, I was like, that is terrifying. That is so fucking terrifying, man. And then you look at, Shiwon, and he's scared, dude. He is actually scared. Like, I mean, out of all the characters' fights, like we see with Shiwon and all that for the course of the Breaker New Waves I have seen, at the very least, it's rare and few in between that I see Shiwon terrified. That face that he showed in that final panel, that was terror. That was terror in Shiwon's face. Because, I mean, technically, the only person I could say that could possibly beat Shiwan would be either the elders, you know, Quan, the ghostly doctor, or it would be the Night Archdragon. And to see this right here, like, that face, holy shit, dude, that face is the look of evil. I mean, I wonder where it's gonna go. I'll get into Fury Crafting in just a moment, but I want to talk about another segment. Okay, so, we find out about the drugs that the Night Archdragon Chudwo has been taking. The last chapter told us that, you know, there was some form of medicine going on with the Chudwo. For instance, he was taking medicine. We already knew this. It was theorized a long time ago, but we finally find out exactly what he has been taking. Supposedly, he hasn't been taking a drug that actually brainwashes him to where he's brainwashed and he is, like, being controlled. He isn't taking that type of medicine. Supposedly, from what the doctor, like the genius doctor said in this chapter, he stated, like, a master of the Night Archdragon's level should not be affected by Manhwa. I think that's what it was called, Manhwa. But the Night Archdragon should not be affected by that medicine. The medicine that's probably given to the SUC, and most likely this medicine should not affect him at all. But the medicine he is taking is a sedative that makes him forget memories, like certain individual memories, like painful memories he wants to repress. And that's exactly what he's doing. After those painful memories of what happened to Shiho, and, you know, what he had to do, and when he went into Black Origin Threshold and stuff, I mean, of course yeah, that's exactly what happened. He wanted to just repress those memories. And so the medicine he's taking is not really mind control, it's just trying to forget things, like alcohol. Alcohol's never the answer, like he drunk in this, you know, this chapter. But past that entire point, supposedly he's starting to remember things after taking this medicine, and it seems like he might have woke up at the end of this chapter, which leads me into my theory crafting segment I want to talk about. So there's a different ways that this ending part of this chapter can go. Now, we have, I think on chapter 145, I think that's the exact chapter. On chapter 145, there was, you know, a scene where we saw, you know, Shiwan and his teacher, Chudwo, have a conversation. They were having a nice conversation. You have it to where Chudwo says, if I ever see you again, I will kill you. If you ever call me teacher again, I will kill you. Shiwan was calling the Night Archdragon teacher a lot in this, okay? In this chapter. And it's not just that. If he ever saw him again, he would kill him. There's different aspects you could take that dialogue at the end of this chapter. Either he has woken up from his memories and he remembers, and he's asking, why are you here? And the reason why he's asking that question is because he tried to free him from the martial arts world by breaking his key center, and now he's upset because his disciple is a part of this once again. That could be where it's going if he has remembered. Or he's still forgotten all those memories, but now he's trying to kill Shiwan. He's probably going to try to attack him next chapter. Or he does remember and he's still going to attack him. It's either way. Either way, this chapter overall, very decent chapter. Can't wait for the next week's chapter. I don't know exactly when it will come out. Is this the exact date that the chapters normally come out? Like, is it always on a Friday? If any Chibits can actually clarify that for me, please do that in the comments below. I love you all so much. You have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.